Flight has always been a fascination with humans. I mean, it's literally one of the core things that we partook in as a species in the 20th century. And it's always a conversation in superpowers. What superpower do you want? It's always flight. Flight's always high up on the list. And even in things like pop culture, flight is always present. Human flight, in terms of, just look at Iron Man, look at Harry Potter, look at all of that. Flight is always, always, always number one. So it's no surprise that flight is extremely popular in VR. I know when I had my Oculus Quest DK1, I had this like little looping demo, which I definitely cannot find footage of because this was about a decade ago, where you would just like go through some different environments floating. You didn't have any control, but you just floated, and that enough was just amazing. So let's see where we've come by the year 2021. Well, how well of a flight simulator, how well of a fun flight simulator can you pull off a arcadey flight simulator? Well, we have here Little Witch Academia VR Broom Racing, and that is what we are going to be kind of reviewing today. So this game, which first of all, key was provided just as a disclosure, and this game is based off the Little Witch Academia anime, which is apparently fairly well received. It was given the top 100 best anime of the 2010s by both IGN and Crunchyroll, which surprised me, having never personally seen it and liking anime. That being said, it makes a lot of sense why I might not have seen it, because it seems skewed more towards younger audiences. That being said, during all of my research on this game, I actually kind of liked a lot of what I saw of it. I liked the animation in particular. It looked really cool. And this seems to be capturing the essence of that story, that manga, that anime that is told in the form of a VR broom racing video game. And I think right there, it's kind of a very interesting mix. It's an anime game, which there are not a whole lot of VR anime games, mixed with a racing game, mixed with a VR kind of flight thing in the form of broomstick racing, which I don't think there are a lot of those. And that kind of Venn diagram, if you fall into, I'd say even two of the three, this game might be for you. It's very solid in terms of actually flying. I mean, I'll just say I was sitting in an office chair that I could roll around, and I had a fan blowing in my face while I was playing this game, and it really was quite a kind of fun and convincing experience. You basically take place in a series of races with a partner, and there's numerous locales, and you're kind of set on a track, but that track does have a decent amount of verticality going up and down, and all along the way you get to cast spells. It kind of reminds me of that demo of Mario Kart VR that is very hard to play, but I would love to play it, where you're flying and you're tilting your broom to fly, and you're angling that, but then your other hand has to manage items. You pick up items, and you have a wand that you're able to use and cast the items. And it's kind of like a poor man's Mario Kart. I mean, you can see the boxes are kind of like flat 2D sprites, and a lot of the power-ups are kind of 2D, or power-downs are kind of 2D. But all in all, it feels pretty good, especially if you kind of let yourself fall into it. And the one thing that's kind of weird when you're flying the broom is I've never felt the Oculus controller vibrate so hard and so intensely the entire time you're in flight. That the Oculus controller is at full bore vibration, but I guess that's supposed to make it feel intense. Personally, I thought the fan was good enough. So after you are done racing, you can go back into your dorm room, and you can check out not only your room, but you can check out different broomsticks. You can buy different upgrades. You can buy items that you need, and you can plan out your next race, your next cup, whatever you need to do, and further progress the story. All in all, I think it's a pretty solid experience. A couple things that I want to in particular commend the game for is I think the voice acting is particularly strong for the anime tie-in. I think I can't tell if these are the exact same voice actors, but it's very solid voice acting for a VR game, especially a VR anime game. I think it honestly sounds great. And the authenticity of the game seems pretty strong. Like I said, I haven't seen all of Little Witch Academia, but from the research I've done, I mean, the characters are there, the posters in your room are there, for example, the wand, and it does bring you into the world. So if you or your kid or something is a fan of this anime, then I think you'll be pretty happy. A couple things that you might not be happy with are the accessibility features. The accessibility features are actually fairly limited for a game like this, in that there pretty much are none. You can't even do like a vignette around your eyes that I could find, for example, which might be a little frustrating for people who suffer from motion sickness, or a younger audience that might be more susceptible. And then the other thing is the visuals. I mean, you can see what you get. I guess it's just a little disappointing that for a game that has, based on an anime with, from what I can tell, some really, really top-notch animation, that this just does not look anywhere near that. But it seems like it's good enough. So, should you consider buying Little Witch Academia VR Broom Racing? And I think I kind of answered that earlier on. I think if you want an arcadey racing broomstick flight game, then you'll have a lot of fun. If you're a fan of Little Witch Academia, I think this is going to hit the buttons from what I can tell. Or I think if you have a younger VR player in the house, I think this is going to be a good game for them. They can fly around, they can interact with these characters, really good voice acting, and it's a fun little romp, and then maybe they'll want to watch the anime after. So that's my review for Little Witch Academia. Yeah, I'm back, guys, and looking forward to making more content. That's all, and I'll catch you next time.